A Summer in Barcelona? Part 1. Alex, a French student, decides to spend the summer in Barcelona. He has always been interested in Spanish culture and wants to improve his Spanish. When he arrives at Barcelona airport, the weather is warm and sunny. He picks up his suitcase and takes a taxi. The taxi driver asks him, "Where are you going?" Alex hesitates for a moment and says in his French accent, "I'm going to Paseo de Gracia." The driver smiles and says, "Are you from France?" Alex nods, and the driver starts talking about Barcelona. After 30 minutes, Alex arrives at his small apartment. He had booked this apartment online in advance. He gets the key from the landlord and goes inside. His apartment is small but comfortable. It has a little balcony overlooking the busy city streets. Alex unpacks his suitcase and puts his clothes in the closet. He feels excited, but also a little tired. After resting for a few minutes, he decides to go out and explore the city. His first destination is a local cafe to try a Spanish coffee. Part 2. Alex walks through the busy streets of Barcelona. The old buildings and beautiful architecture amaze him. People are walking around, some are shopping, and others are sitting in cafes drinking coffee. He feels that this city is lively and full of energy. When he reaches a small cafe on the corner of the street, he goes inside and sits at a table. The waiter approaches him and asks, "What would you like?" Alex tries to speak Spanish and says, "A coffee, please." The waiter smiles and asks, "Is this your first time in Barcelona?" Alex nods and explains that he is from France and is here to learn the language and explore Spanish culture. The waiter teaches him a few simple Spanish phrases, and Alex tries to repeat them. He feels a bit shy, but happy that the people here are patient and kind. After drinking his coffee, he decides to walk toward the Sagrada Familia Church. On the way, he checks the city map on his phone and realizes that the walk is not too long. He starts walking and enjoys the beautiful streets of Barcelona. Part 3. When Alex arrives at the Sagrada Familia Church, he is amazed by its incredible architecture. The tall structure and intricate decorations make him think deeply. Many tourists are standing around the church taking pictures. He decides to enter the church. Inside, it is huge and beautiful. Light passes through the colorful windows, creating a special atmosphere. Alex looks at the architectural details and feels that this place is full of history and art. Suddenly, an English tourist approaches him and asks him to take a photo. Alex smiles and agrees. After taking the picture, he starts talking with him. His name is James, and he is from London. They talk about their travels. James is visiting Barcelona for the first time and wants to see the city's famous places. Alex suggests walking together, and James agrees. They leave the church and head toward a nearby park. Part 4. Alex and James go to Park Güell, one of the most beautiful places in Barcelona. The park is full of colors and unique architecture. People are taking pictures, and street music is playing in a corner. Alex says excitedly, "This place is amazing! I really want to learn more about Gaudí." James nods and says, "He was a genius architect. Most of his works are in Barcelona." They sit on a bench and talk about cultural differences between Spain, France, and England. James says that in Spain, people are more relaxed, and their lifestyle is less stressful. Alex has also noticed this and likes this way of life. After resting for a while, they decide to try a traditional Spanish dish. Alex suggests going to a local restaurant to eat paella. James agrees, and they head to a famous restaurant. Part 5. When they enter the restaurant, they love its warm and cozy atmosphere. The walls are decorated with colorful tiles, and the delicious smell of food fills the air. They sit at a small table and look at the menu. The waiter comes to their table and asks, "What would you like?" Alex smiles and says, "We want to try paella." James adds, "And a traditional Spanish drink, please." The waiter nods and leaves. A few minutes later, their food arrives. The paella is full of saffron rice, shrimp, and fish. Alex takes his first bite, and his eyes light up with happiness. He says, "This is amazing." James also enjoys the taste. As they eat, they talk about their travels. James says he has been to Paris and Rome before, but Barcelona is one of the most special cities he has visited. Alex agrees and says he enjoys the friendly atmosphere of the city. Part 6. After dinner, they decide to go to the beach. The sky is full of stars, and the sound of the waves is relaxing. They sit on the sand and feel the gentle breeze. Alex says, "I never thought Barcelona would be this beautiful." James smiles and says, "Me neither. Maybe we should stay longer." Alex laughs and says, "That's a great idea." They talk about their future plans. James wants to travel to South America, and Alex wants to visit Italy. They promise to meet each other in one of these future trips. After a moment of silence, Alex looks at his watch. "It's late. I should go back to my apartment." James nods and says, "Okay, but we won't forget this night." They get up from the beach and head to their places. Part 7. The next day, Alex decides to visit the famous La Boqueria market. He has heard a lot about this market and wants to try more local foods. When he enters, he is amazed by the vibrant colors and the delicious smell of fruits and spices. He approaches one of the stalls and orders a fresh juice. The vendor asks him where he is from. Alex smiles and says, "I'm French, but I've fallen in love with Spain." The vendor laughs and offers him a sample of tropical fruits. At that moment, Alex hears a familiar voice. He sees James shopping nearby. They greet each other happily, and James says, "What a surprise. It looks like fate has brought us together again." They decide to have lunch at one of the restaurants inside the market. Alex orders another traditional dish, and James tries something new. Both of them enjoy the fresh and unique flavors of Spain. Part 8. After lunch, they decide to end their trip with a special adventure. James suggests taking a small boat ride at Barcelona's harbor. Alex agrees, and they buy tickets. The boat moves gently on the water, and the soft breeze touches their faces. They see the city from a new perspective and enjoy its beauty. James says, "This trip has been one of the best experiences of my life." Alex agrees. When they return to the dock, the sun is setting. Alex says, "I guess it's time to say goodbye." James smiles and says, "But it's only a temporary goodbye. We will see each other again." They exchange phone numbers and promise to travel together in the future. Alex returns to his apartment and packs his suitcase. He knows that he will never forget this summer. The end of the story.